Arbeloa and Mourinho is the bromance we didn't know we needed. And this is all coming before Arbeloa and Mourinho play each other in the Champions League. Which, in case you didn't know, Arbeloa used to play for Mourinho. And now Real Madrid take on Benfica tomorrow in the Champions League, and here's what both managers had to say to the media today. Mourinho said, Arbeloa is my boy. He's not just a former player of mine, he's one of my favorite players on a personal level. He wasn't the best player at Real Madrid, but he was one of the best men. And went on to say, Arbeloa is my son. One of the best men I've trained, not only as a player, but as a person. I wish him the very best with Real Madrid. We all know that Mourinho isn't talking out of his ass. This guy never says anything he doesn't mean. I fully believe that Mourinho said these things genuinely, but now my question is he buttering Arbeloa up before the Champions League match? Arbeloa found out that Mourinho said all of these nice things about him and replied with, "It's an honor for me to hear Coach Mourinho's kind words about me." He's still calling him coach, my heart. He means more to me than just a coach. It made me emotional and happy to hear him. He's my friend. He then went on to say, the new Mourinho ? There will never be another Mourinho. When he was a player, he used to put on Mourinho's press conferences in the locker room and listen to them, which obviously the mutual respect between these two is insane. And obviously both managers want to win tomorrow, with Mourinho being on a 19-game unbeaten streak with Benfica and Arbeloa killing it with Real Madrid. We're in for an insane game, and obviously we're going to be watching these two like crazy. But I gotta say, this all warms my heart. 18 Champions League games all at once tomorrow? And not only that, there are 8 teams with 13 points with 0 points in difference, which means I am more than sad. First up, Real Madrid versus Benfica in an official match for the first time in 60 years. Not to mention, these two guys look familiar. Arbeloa and Mourinho go way back, and they are coaching both sides. Just in case you didn't know, Mourinho is unbeaten in 19 games with Benfica, and you know he's coming up with a crazy plan against Real Madrid. Next up, Barcelona, who are fighting for a spot in the round of 16, take on Copenhagen, who are fighting for a playoff spot. Then you got Arsenal, who are coming off an insane loss to Manchester United, but if they win this next match in the Champions League, they're going to reach a historical club record with 8 consecutive wins in the Champions League, which they've never done before. Then you got Man City versus Galatasaray. Man City was just humbled by Bodo Glimt last time in the Champions League, but are also fighting for a spot in the round of 16 with Galatasaray only 3 points behind them. Chelsea and Napoli are also in the mix, with Chelsea trying to keep the round of 16 spot and Napoli trying to earn a playoff spot. You got Inter versus Dortmund, with Inter and Dortmund only being a point within each other, and both obviously trying to get into that round of 16 spot or keep their playoff spot. And then the reigning European champions PSG take on Newcastle, which we all know is not an easy feat. This is about to be one of the most insane Champions League days of all time. This is your sign to clear your schedule and lock in. Did you see that match? Did you see it? Manchester United just took down the top 2 teams in the Premier League back to back, and the annual bottle job by Arsenal is incoming. Even Arsenal players themselves know it because they're crying on the pitch. Buckle up, baby, because if you missed this match, I feel sorry for you. It literally had everything. Arsenal gets on the board first because of a Martinez own goal. Then Mbomo, like the big-time player he is, equalizes it for Manchester United. Then Dorgu sucked the soul out of every single Arsenal fan's body with an unbelievable goal. At some point was checked by VAR because they said, hey, is this a handball? Thankfully, VAR made the right decision, because what the hell is Dorgu supposed to do with his arm here? In between all of this, you have Martinez punching the back of Gabriel Jesus' head, Martinez grabbing Gyökeres's nose, Arteta staring down Michael Carrick like this, Carrick and the boys conspiring, how do we win this match? Saka trying to meg Bruno Fernandes, Bruno being like, no. Arsenal fans sweating because they know their fate. Timu Lewandowski was even in the stands watching this match. But then Marino equalizes it for Arsenal until Cunha came along and said, no, not today, Arsenal. We're gonna go with back-to-back dubs in the Premier League. And it was at this moment where every single Arsenal fan knew the bottle job has begun. With City now being 4 points behind Arsenal and Manchester United in a top 4 spot in the Premier League. What an unbelievable match. Michael Carrick, is he goated already at United? And the end is near for Corner Kick FC. The calls that Arsenal are not getting against Manchester United are diabolical. Because what do you mean Martinez is grabbing Gyökeres' nose here? Before that, thought he was stone cold Steve Austin and punched Gabriel Jesus in the head, then having Harry Maguire with a blatant handball in the box. This should be a penalty. This one's debatable. I don't think that this should have been called a handball at all, but you know Arsenal fans are crying about it. Because what the hell is Dorgu supposed to do with his arm here? It's literally attached to his body. Nothing he can do. But this shit, This is insane. But you want to know how I feel about that? You want to F around? You'll find out, because if Arsenal thinks that they can get away with things like this, then be prepared for Martinez to activate WrestleMania on your ass. Be prepared for some of these calls not to go your way, even though they are insanely diabolical and 100% should be called, should be a foul. This should possibly be a penalty. F around? Find out. And that's exactly what's happening with Trust the Process FC.